Okay, a full drugstore beat using only drugstore, nothing from Ulta. Much of it is at Ulta, but a lot of you, I've heard many of you don't have an Ulta in your area. So I've chosen products that are at Walgreens, CVS, Walmart, true drugstore, and I love this look and I hope you do too. Okay, stay tuned. Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle Spieler. I am a 30-year pro makeup artist, creator of Mature Makeup Masterclass. You can always click that link to see, is Mature Makeup Masterclass for you? We'll see. Okay, I did this look the other night. I took my husband out for his 60th birthday and I did a 10-minute tutorial on this exact look on TikTok, but I realized not everyone's on TikTok. A lot of people really liked this look. It's all drugstore, okay? It's all drugstore and real drugstore. This is not like Morphe or About Face or Revolution that you can really only get at Ulta. This is product that you can get at Walgreens, CVS, Walmart, true drugstore today, okay? I wanted you to have that. So let's get started. I'm going to skin prep. Now, I washed my face in the shower and I just got back from the gym, took a late shower, did a couple layers of essence, and that's all I have on my skin. So I'm gonna run in real quick with this. This is the new Serum Le Duo by L'Oreal. It's really nice. I've used it for a couple weeks now. It's so pretty under every makeup I've tried. And you can see it's like 2 different serums in one, and I like about 2 pumps for my face, and then I'll go in with a pump on my neck. It is fragranced. Okay, that's just L'Oreal for you. L'Oreal and Lancome, they put fragrance in their products. So if you don't like fragrance, I just want you to know, look at that, isn't that cool? I just want you to know up front, it does have fragrance, but it doesn't bother me. And I just love how it makes the skin glowy and it gives it just like the nicest little tack. But it doesn't have that silicone-y slip where makeup can crumble. It's really nice. Love it. It's a lot like the Clarins double serum, but 30 bucks. It's only at Walmart though, just when you know. And they're not paying me to say that. They did pay me though to do a TikTok on it, but they're not paying me for this. I'm just talking about it because I've used it every single day and I love to show you affordable options, and I think that's a really nice affordable option. I also put my brows on already because I like to do my brows in before my skincare because it goes on better. So if you think I'm looking a little Groucho Marx, that's why. And this is just a L'Oreal pencil. We went real easy today, okay? I'm going to start with complexion, unlike normal where I like to start with eyes. I'm going to start with complexion. And I was in Walgreens the other night getting a birthday card for my husband, and I saw number 7. It used to be Boots number 7. Now they just call it number 7. And this is their Hydra Luminous Skin Perfector. And I really like it. It might be the tiniest bit too light for me, but yet the next shade up look too dark. So I don't know, I might have to mix the two, but guess what? We're gonna do it. Now, you might be thinking, where's your SPF? Well, I would have put SPF on after this and before makeup, but it's almost evening. I'm not going out anywhere. I mean, it just goes so beautiful over that serum. It's just so impressive. And I put this on the other day with a brush, and you know what? I actually like it better with my fingers. I can't remember the price of it, but right now at Walgreens, I know that Boots is, I think, buy one, get one 50% off. And I love a pretty skin tint. You know I love a skin tint here. And this is one of those skin tints you could even use and then maybe take a little bit of foundation if you need a little bit more coverage through the middle of the face, or use your concealer where you need more coverage. But this is really pretty and really impressive. And I chose shade light. The next one up is medium, and I just felt like it looked too dark. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna tell you 100%. This went on much prettier today than it did last week, or this earlier this week. I put it on with a big brush. I got better coverage with my fingers, but I don't physically see it on my face. And I saw it the other day and I'm like, uh-oh, is it too light? And guess what else we forgot to do? We forgot to do Vaseline, and I forgot to do that the other day as well. But you know what? This is looking really beautiful. I think this would be really pretty gym makeup. What I like about it, there's no SPF in it, thank God. I like my SPF to be separate. Because if this had SPF 30 in it, you're not going to use 2 to 3 finger lengths of product to put on your face. That's way too much skin tint. It's not too much SPF, but when you mix in makeup, it's too much makeup. So I like SPF separate, and I really hope companies start doing it separate. Bobbi Brown did recently, and I say bravo to that. Put a little bit of Vaseline under my eyes, but it's not looking like I need Vaseline anywhere else. I'll look at the pores on my nose real quick just to double check. By the way, I get so tickled every time one of you comes and tells me in comments, or you DM me on social media, or you send me an email, but how Vaseline has changed your life. And it can be Aquaphor. I like Vaseline because the only thing in Vaseline is petrolatum. That's it. There's nothing else in here. Whereas Aquaphor can have lanolin, it can have shea butter, it can have all these different things that can cause problems in some people's skin. This is just, that's why I switched to Vaseline. Plus Aquaphor, I'm not even gonna go into it, but they start plowing medical students in college with tons of free Aquaphor. So when they come out of college, all they know is Aquaphor, and they feel very indebted to Aquaphor. So when I hear a lot of doctors prescribing Aquaphor, sometimes I wonder if that's just because that they were indoctrinated to use Aquaphor. And Aquaphor can be great, don't get me wrong, but I switched to Vaseline for those reasons. Okay, let me double check. I needed a little bit more coverage of the boots around the nose. Yeah, okay, that's better. Great, it's not settling in my pores. It looks really pretty. It looks like my skin, but just more evened out, if that makes sense, okay? I'm not gonna powder, I'm not gonna do concealer yet. Here's my concealer. I might have to do a tiny bit of it on my eyes. I don't have a shadow primer right now. Milani makes one, I don't know where it is. So I'm just gonna do a little, this is like a color corrector and concealer all in one. We are gonna do it under the eyes, but we're also gonna do a little bit on the eyelids. A little bit, not much, just that little bit, okay? Now, Boots also makes shadow sticks, and you know how much I love shadow sticks. I love them. They're just so easy to use. So this color is called Cool Mink. You'll see it's kind of a metallic taupe, and I'm gonna do that on the whole eye, and we're gonna use our fingers to blend this. And I'm gonna go under the eye too, because I like this color. It kind of creates like a really nice shadow that's only maybe a little bit deeper than your skin tone. This Cool Mink is a great color for those of you who are in summer and winter seasons. Anyone can wear it, but it's definitely more silvery taupe. So it's great for winters and summers. If you are a spring, I don't know that this is for you, but they had other beautiful bronzy colors that you could do. And if you are an autumn, you could probably mix it with a warm color and pull it off. But the reason I went with it is because I'm starting to buy more cool tones or neutral tones to go with the silver in my hair. So there we go. Put it on real quick. Put it on real quick with my fingers. Now I'm going to take this darker color. I think it's called Coffee Bean. And I'm going to go along the lash line. See? And then I'm going to kind of go in the outer eye. And I'm just kind of pat it in, because we're going to put shadows over this. But I wanted you to see this because you could honestly just do that and put mascara on and you're done. We could do that, but we're going a little heavier. Again, this is the makeup I wore out the other night for my husband's birthday. And I got a lot of compliments. I felt really pretty. And I want you to feel really pretty too. Okay. I can even do a little tiny bit under the outer corners. I have two different eye shapes, so we just always have to kind of know that nothing's ever going to be completely asymmetrical. But see how I'm not even using a brush because you don't need it. This is so fast and easy to do. It's just so fast and easy. Now it does help that I have no nails on. I took all my nails off this week. I just wanted to give my nails a break. So yeah, it does help that I can use the tips of my fingers to blend. If you have long nails, you might not be able to blend as well, but you could take a brush, it's fine. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to powder over this, because if we put a shadow on top of this, it's gonna stick and it's not gonna look pretty. So I'm going to take the NYX HD powder. By the way, I've used this in my Pro Kit even. It's a really nice finishing powder. Not necessarily a setting powder, but I'm not using a setting powder today. I'm just using a finishing powder. Setting powder sets your makeup, and a finishing powder kind of blurs everything and kind of gives it a little bit more of an airbrush look, which is what I wanted on the eyes, because now we can go in with some really fun shadows. So I really like this color because you can see I'm wearing this kind of like, I don't know, like but I do have this rust sweater to go with it, and I think it looks really nice together. Maybe like a light cognac. Is that a fair color? Okay, and I'm gonna take this fun, brighter color here. This is the NYX Warm Neutral palette. And then look at that. Boom! Do you see that? And then I'm gonna take a little bit in the crease. So you might think like, well, then why did you spend all that time doing shadow sticks if you're just putting shadows over it? Well, because the shadow sticks built up the depth, and the shadow sticks don't budge, and they don't separate, and they don't crease. So they're almost like my base. And then look at how easy, that took 2 seconds. Now we're not doing a lot of blending work because we already have the depth underneath. And then look, we're just taking a bigger brush, and it just does this kind of like nice kind of airbrush. And because I put that finishing powder under it, it's blending on the finishing powder. Remember, what do I always say? Powder blends on powder. Isn't that pretty? Really pretty. I'm gonna take a little bit maybe on the outside of the eye just to kind of bring some warmth to the outer eye. Kind of extend the eye a little bit. Now I wore fake lashes the other night. I'm not going to wear fake lashes for this video because so many of you don't wear fake lashes, and then you're always seeing looks with fake lashes and you kind of can't really gauge, well, how is that going to work for me? I don't wear fake lashes. So I'd like to really kind of show you. I'm going to take this little light color right here and just kind of go on the inside of my eye. You could skip this step, but I like that little bit of shimmer on that inner eye. That's just a me preference. You don't have to do that. I just feel like it kind of like brightens that inner eye real quick. Okay, love it. I think I'm even going to take a little bit of this color I did in my crease and kind of go under the eye with it. Remember, I have that beautiful pencil under the eye, but it doesn't really look like anything. So now this is going to go over it, and I like that better. I like that warmth. Okay, now here's something kind of fun. Let's say you're not really a warm person. You don't have to use this warm shadow, but what I love to do, I love the juxtaposition of cool and warm tones together. I think they really pop off each other like a cooler and a warmer. So I really love these shadows. This is the Wet n Wild color icon, and this is called Lights Off. What is this, like a few bucks? Like $5 maybe? I don't know. I really love Wet and Wild. Okay, so I love this color here, which can you see almost has like this like silvery champagne. And I'm just gonna go right in the center of that eye. And now we have that little bit of like cool shimmer next to this like warm coppery color. I just love it. I just love how that looks together. You could even, if you weren't a copper person, you could even do like this really pretty taupe color. It's like a warmer taupe. And then you could always do a bronzier color, you know? This kind of more gold bronzy color with that taupe. See, it's not super brassy. It's like a toned down. It's just fun. That's what I want to say. It's fun. I want you to practice with doing warms and cools because most people can pull that off. Most people. Okay? I feel really good with that. I think it's time to do a little eyeliner and then we can discern if we need more of shadow. So I want to go in with this beautiful Revlon color stay in, it's like a, I don't know, I think it's called Espresso. But I really love this color stay pencil. Number one, it goes on like silk. It's super, super easy to blend. And then I love this side has this brush. It almost looks like a lip brush. I thought that's odd, but it's really nice. It kind of like softly like blending the edges if you want it to look more smudgy and not so like a line. You can smudge the edges, or you can like take that little wing out and you can kind of make it look more pointy because of this. It's just so nice. Okay, so there is my eyeliner. I really love it. You don't have to wing out. You know, I love to wing out because it extends my eye. You certainly don't have to do that. You could just end right at the end of your eye. But I like a wing. Now the problem with a wing is we've got two different eye shapes. That's always tricky, but it's okay. We don't have to be perfect. We just have to feel cute. Okay, we're not on the cover of Vogue. We just have to feel cute in person with our family and friends. You'll probably get some really nice compliments from strangers. But we don't have to be perfect, okay? There, it's pretty close. Pretty close, okay? That's the Espresso Revlon. It goes on like a dream. But because I'm not wearing lashes, I want a black on my upper waterline. This is the Infallible L'Oreal Infallible Gel Liner. It's an adjustable twist up. Ooh, is this good? And I go on my waterline, but like really kind of in between those lashes, because look at that. And now it really enhances my lash line and I don't really feel like I have to wear fake lashes. I'm gonna be so tempted at the end of this to put a fake lash on because I'm just so used to seeing myself my whole entire life with fake lashes. My mom always wore fake lashes her whole life. But not all of you do, and I want to, you know, have you feel like this is relatable. Okay, so there we go. So now that I have a dark eyeliner on, I do think I want to go in with the tiniest bit of this dark brown, just a tiny bit. And I'm going to take a little bit on like I want one of these little tiny blending brushes. I'm just going to roll a little bit in this dark brown. And I'm going to go right over that pencil and on the outer eye. Are you seeing this? Just right over. And then you can even extend it into the outer crease a little bit, like that, okay? And then I'm gonna show you in a minute how to really blend it. But look at how that just lifts my eye. You don't have to do this. You can just kind of go over your eyeliner and leave it just more soft and blended on the outside of the eye. You don't have to wing it out like I am. But since I'm covering the pencil and I winged out the eye, that will require me to also wing out the shadow a little bit just so it all connects. And again, you can just go on the outer eyelid and over the shadow, and you don't have to actually wing it out. Okay, let me make sure that looks even. Not totally even, but again, I have two different eye shapes. It's not my eyes that are shaped differently, it's my brows and my brow bone. My eyes are pretty symmetrical, but it's my eyes, it's my brows and my brow bone. They're shaped differently. So it requires me to do my eyeliner and my shadows differently. And that's okay. We're gonna go back to this original brush that had kind of that coppery color on it. And now I'm just gonna go over that darker brown I just put on. That's all I'm doing. I'm just kind of blending the two together. Ignore Tate, he probably hears. I think my husband's home. Okay, look at that. Love it. Let me look in the oh my gosh, this is even prettier than the other night. This is even prettier. Doggone it. Well, that's okay. Now, I'm going to take a little bit more of this. I'm going to take a little bit of this HD finishing powder and watch. I'm going to go around the outside of the shadows, and it makes it look more airbrushed, even more so. Okay? That little bit of powder kind of just around the edges, and it gives it a little bit more of an airbrushed look. Okay? What do we think? I can't tell because I'm just looking in this little camera, but in my mirror it looks great. Okay, and now we're gonna do, I was gonna do Panorama. It's one of my favorite for Drugstore, but Maybelline just sent me this Falsies lash lift, and my friend Neil loves this one, so I think I'm gonna use it. But I'm going to curl my lashes. If you don't have a good lash curler, you really need a good lash curler. This one is by Saint. I just have it right here. But probably my favorite lash curler in the world is Jenny Patinkin, because she really, in my opinion, mastered the Shu Uemura one, which is the industry standard for makeup artists. She really nailed it. And it's hard to get theirs anymore. It's in Japan. We don't really sell Shu Uemura in the country anymore. We used to. And so I love that Jenny really kind of copied. I mean, I don't want to say copy, but she mimicked hers, let's just say. Because she's a professional makeup artist. She knew Shu Uemura. It was just the best. Typically, because Asian women tend to have lashes that grow out kind of straight, any type of Asian lash curler is going to be probably about the best one you've ever used, because it really lifts those lashes. That's pretty. My friend Neil swears by this. He keeps it in his kit. He does a lot of country music stars. He did Reba McEntire's makeup. He was her personal artist for about 12 years. 12, 13. This is his favorite mascara. He loves it. And he uses high-end too, but this is the one he puts in his kit. And then because it's so affordable, he can just like give it to his clients. He uses it on them and then just gives it. Rather than using disposable wands, he just uses a new tube for a client and then just gives it to them. Because, makeup artists, they're paid pretty well. Especially if you're a personal, you're paid pretty well. You can definitely handle a $8 to $10 mascara to give to a really good client. Okay. Looks great. What do you think? Do you like this? Have you tried this mascara? Let me know if you have. They sent me waterproof too. You know, waterproof is just so good for the lower lashes, in my opinion. Oh wait, am I using waterproof? Oh, for crying out loud, I'm using the waterproof one. Doggone it, that's gonna be hard to get off. It's gonna be hard to get off tonight. Oh man, I thought the black one was waterproof. Oh well. I don't think waterproof is exactly the same formula either, because anytime you make a formula waterproof, you're altering the formula a little bit. But it's okay. It's just gonna be hard to get off tonight. But it looks like fakes. I mean, look at that. Do you see that? Looks like a fake lash. Let me know in the comments if you use waterproof mascara. I'm not a big fan unless I'm going to be in the water. And even then, I just like to have nothing on. I definitely use waterproof for brides, mother of the bride, anyone who's going to cry at a wedding, they get waterproof. Of course, now I'm using the regular one. I really think though everyone needs waterproof for lower lashes. If you can't keep mascara on, if your mascara just instantly smears every day of your life and you get kind of that raccoon, you don't have to wear waterproof on the top lashes, but I would definitely wear them on the lower lashes, or tubing mascara. And my favorite tubing mascara at Drugstore is Milani Lash Extensions. Very, very nice. Okay, I love this so far. I love it, and I love that I have a heavier, more like glam eye, but then my skin is very skin-like. I love that. To me, that's very rock and roll, to have kind of like bare skin but then heavy eye makeup. Like, that's really rock and roll to me. So I love that look. You might not like that look, and that's okay. Okay, so we're gonna do some of this Revlon 5-in-1. It has a little bit of a pinky peach quality to it, so it kind of it says it color corrects and conceals. So we're gonna just do a little bit under the eye. Of course, you know my trick. I love to take it in that outer corner up to the temples, like a little pink and peach on the temples where I have all those veins. And this is shade 02. It's maybe a tiny bit lighter than I normally like, but you know what? It's nice. I'm not mad at it. It's just a little bit lighter than maybe I would normally use. But it's pretty. I wore it the other day and I felt very pretty, and it's over the Vaseline anyway. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of drugstore concealers. My favorite drugstore concealer is Morphe, but a lot of you can't get Morphe except at Ulta, and so that's why I'm choosing not to use Morphe today, but Morphe's probably my favorite. And then what you can do, take what's ever left over on the brush, kind of go, if you have any broken capillaries, a little bit on the chin, anywhere where you have a little bit, you want a little bit lighter skin tone, you can just take what's ever left on the brush, okay? So now I'm gonna do the tiniest bit of contour and bronzer. It is the e.l.f. It's called Bronzer Contour. It's in one. This is Fair Light. You can see I don't want anything extreme. We're going into fall, so I don't want super bronzy skin for fall, but I just kind of go to the top of my forehead a little bit, push it into the hairline, a little bit on the sides. There we go. Have some nice depth, really nice depth, okay? And then I need a little bit more for the cheeks, so I'm gonna do one more dot, and I'm gonna go on the outer cheek and on the outer cheek, and that one dot is really enough for both cheeks, because I'm not going for a heavy sculpted look, even though this was a nighttime, you know, we were out at a restaurant, we had dim lighting. It came out good. It did, but I'll tell you, I think I like this today. I think I like this better than what I did the other day, so yay. But it just goes to show you, what do I always say? Practice, practice, practice. So I'm doing this look a second time, and I'm maybe making a few tweaks, and I like this look better than I did the other day. So you're getting a better look than TikTok did, in my opinion. If you ever feel like your upper lip is too light and you can really see pores, facial hair, hopefully you can shave it, but lip lines, I always take what's left on my bronzer contour brush and kind of tap my upper lip so it's not too light, and then it kind of like, I don't know, diffuses those lip lines a bit, okay? So there we go, and then we're gonna do the tiniest bit of blush. This is called Dusty Rose. Doesn't really look dusty to me though. To me it looks kind of like a dusty peach actually, but it's called Dusty Rose. And I'm going to take a little tiny bit on the back of this IT Cosmetics brush. And there you go. By the way, for drugstore brushes I like Morphe, but again, you can't get that everywhere. So I was at Walgreens the other night and I saw some Real Techniques, and I used to always stock Real Techniques in my pro kit, especially if I was doing weddings and I needed like multiple sets for bridesmaids because I didn't have time to clean brushes in between bridesmaids. I used Real Techniques a lot. It's a great brush. So you can get great brushes at the drugstore. You don't have to spend a lot. Okay, and then there is my blush, and I love it. I love it, I love it. And then what I can do is, where is my, I can take what's left on my concealer brush and I can kind of like go over the edges of the blush a little bit. Kind of just makes it look a little bit more ombre, a little more blended. Okay, love it. Okay. And then I did this great pencil by L'Oreal. It's called Matte's It. I think it's number 110 in the color Riche Matte. And I loved it. I wore it to dinner as well. I wore this whole look to dinner. It's a pretty color. I would say this is a nice cool neutral. So if you have liners that turn maybe orangey or peaky on you, this is a beautiful liner. Here, let me show you. See that? It's like a neutral that leans the tiniest bit grayish. I like Gone Grayish by Maybelline too, but I haven't seen that in a while. I don't know if maybe I lost it. Okay, and then I have this beautiful new plumping oil by e.l.f. and it doesn't burn, but it is cooling because it does plump, and it really does. And it looks bright, but it's not. It's like a sheer peach, and I thought it went so well with this kind of cognac shirt I was wearing and this coppered. I love this. Just came out. They just sent that to me. A lot of this I paid for with my own money, but I'll tell you, Maybelline sent me the mascaras. e.l.f. sent me this. And that's, oh, and L'Oreal sent me this a few weeks ago. That's how I know I love it, and it looks so good under every makeup I've tried. Okay, so just so you know, that's what was given to me for this video. Well, not this video, but any video. That's what was sent to me in PR. But everything else I bought with my own money. Okay, look at that. Do we love? Or maybe I need to go out to dinner tonight. I feel prettier tonight than I did when we went out the other night. Okay, now I'm going to take some powder. And I'm going to take my big, huge crystal-y brush, because look how big that is. And I'm just going to start I love to powder the sides of my face so my hair doesn't stick. You know what we didn't do? We didn't do setting spray. But you know what? We'll do some in a minute. Okay, a little on the nose, a little around the nose, a little under the nose. And then we have that beautiful tiny sheen from that liquid blush and the liquid bronzer. And this just pretty sheen that allows my skin to have a pretty sheen. But yeah, I still have a really pretty sheen, but I'm like matted down everywhere else. And I feel like I look really airbrushed. You can also at this point decide, is there anything that you need to go in and blend? And I'm just gonna make sure my shadows look really, really blended. And I think that they do. You could even take the tiniest bit of this, teeny tiny bit, teeny tiny. Teeny tiny, and if you wanted to just press where you crease a little bit in that little inner circle, like that little inner eye. I don't crease anywhere else. I can crease a little there and in the outer eye. Of course, I don't crease at all with Vaseline. I really don't, but that will help even more. What do we think? For me to love a look and I don't have any fake lashes on, that means I really love a look. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the Milani Make It Last, and I can't find the original, but they have original, they have dewy, which is this one, and they have matte. So there is something for any finish that you like, but their original is the best. And look at that. Do you see how that's a nice cone and it's a really fine mist? I know what some of you are thinking. Michelle, you always do setting spray before powder. I do, but I forgot, so it's okay. It's okay. Let's see. I don't look cakey. That's what I sometimes don't like, is we put powder all over our face and then we mist it and it almost turns that powder into like a pancake batter on our face. But no, that's great. That came out great. All right, well, what should we do next week? Let me know in comments. Thank you for being here. True Drugstore, all of it from Walgreens, CVS, or Walmart. This, remember, is at Walmart only. And have fun with makeup this fall. Play. You have to play. Again, I did this whole look on Tuesday. I like it much better today than I did last week or earlier this week. I like this today better. I don't know. Maybe it's that maybe I like my eyes without lashes. We'll see. Okay. Thank you for being here. I love you. God loves you. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.